For today's video, I am talking about the Agency Beauty Clean Sheen Cheek and Lip Color. I'm going to be swatching all 5 shades that I have here. They do have 6 shades of this product, but I do just have 5 of them that I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to show them both on the lips and also on the cheeks to hopefully help you figure out which shades you like the best and what shades you might be interested in getting yourself if you are potentially interested in these. These were kind of gifted to me a while back, but this video is not sponsored, meaning that I am not being paid to make this video. For some reason, I forgot about these and I realized that I never did a review video on these and a swatch video on these, so I figured it would be better late than never to do that, so that's what I'm gonna do in this video. To start off, these retail for $20 a piece, and these are described as a buildable, blendable color for both cheeks and lips. It's easy to apply and can do everything from a sheer wash of color to a real pop of color. Either way, it gives a natural glowing flush to your complexion when used on cheeks and a light tint of color on the lips. Use it on its own or with a Clean Sheen lip gloss to amp it up. Always vegan and always cruelty free. And they say, please note the tube for this product is small because we aim to keep packaging to a minimum for sustainability reasons. However, the fill weight, the amount of product in the tube is on par with similar products. So the packaging is a little bit on the smaller side, they say. So this is what the product looks like, and I think it's great that they are, you know, trying to use less packaging. It is a little bit smaller than you would normally see for like packaging for a lip or a cheek product. These are a liquid formula and they are supposed to give a sheer finish. They do say it's kind of like a little bit of a tint of color for the lips. They do say that you can build up the color on the cheeks, so we will see about that. Also, if you're interested in some of the kind of key ingredients in here, so the formula is made with squalane for moisture and glow. It also contains fermented green tea, seed oil that contains an unsaturated fatty acid. It also has vitamin E and polyphenols with moisturizing, antioxidant, and antiseptic properties. And then sustainable packaging is important to them, so they say that this uses 35% post-consumer recycled materials, PCR. So that's a little bit of the details about these, and again, it's vegan and cruelty free. They also mention that they have ethical and inclusive work practices. They don't contain phthalates, fragrance, or nanoparticles, so that is just something else to note about them. So let's go ahead and let's get into the swatches, and then after that I will give you my overall thoughts on these. Apricot 02, just applying this on my lips here. After I show the application of these, just so you guys can see a little bit about how the formula is and everything and what it's like being applied, I will just kind of do a video with some music to show the other shades, but I do want to talk about the formula a little bit and tell you how it feels and all that stuff. So it feels very moisturizing going on to the lips, and it does say that you can do sheer, but you can definitely build up the color a little bit too on the lips, so you can kind of build it up to be a little bit more of a bold color. To me, this is more than just straight up sheer. Definitely has a buildable color. Apricot 02 is described as an easy peachy glow. So now I'm just gonna apply a little bit on to the cheeks as well. And it actually looks quite pigmented when you first apply it. I'm just gonna take my sponge here and start dabbing it in. Okay, I feel like the sponge just ate all of that product, so maybe that was not the best way to do it. I'll try it with my fingers over here on this side. Okay, that definitely helps a little bit, but as you can see, it's still very, very sheer. However, this blends in so beautifully and just really melt into the skin, and it looks very skin-like. I really like that. Kind of has a little bit of like a dewiness to it without it being like overly dewy, but it looks really pretty. Gives you kind of a nice little healthy glow, which is really, really pretty. So I want to apply a little bit more just to kind of build that up a bit. And I feel like maybe applying it with my fingers is the way to go. Okay, here we go. So now we're building up that color a bit by applying also more product as well, so that helps. Now that I have quite a bit on, I'm actually going to use the sponge just to kind of speed up that blending out process. So that works a lot better if you apply a little bit more product. The sponge doesn't eat so much of it away if you have a bit more product on there. I love like liquid blushes or like stick blushes sometimes if they're creamy enough, but liquid blushes I feel like sometimes can be even more blendable than like a cream type or like a stick type of blush, just because The liquid formula just, I feel like, helps it blend out even better. So this is really, really beautiful. I like that. That's gorgeous. And this color in particular is really, really pretty. If you love no makeup makeup, or you want something that's just gonna blend out really well and just look like healthy and glowy, then I think that you'll like these. But if you want more color, you can definitely build these up and get more pigment as well. All right, so now let's do the rest of the swatches. All of the shades swatched, shown on the lips and on the cheeks. So I would definitely say that I feel like maybe I applied some of them pretty intense for the swatches, but just know that you can really wear these a lot more sheer if you want to, if you just apply just a very little amount of product. But for this video, I did really want to show you how you can build these up if you want to, and also just apply them more boldly so that way you guys can really see what the colors look like. So hopefully that helped you out, but just keep in mind that you can apply them more sheer if you don't like how they look when they're super bold. Maybe it definitely doesn't look as natural if you wear it super bold. I feel like this application is a little bit more on the subtle side. This again is the shade Apple 01. This is kind of an idea of what it can look like if you want to wear it more sheer. However, you can build it up if you want to as well, if you want more of a pop of color. Now, as far as how the formula goes, I mentioned it a little bit before, you know, it is very liquidy, it blends out super well. The one thing though I would say about applying it to the lips is if you are wanting to build it up to a more bold color on the lips, the product does, I mean, it's liquidy, so it does get kind of like, it's pretty slippy, and it would definitely transfer if you're applying a lot more product. Even with a little bit of product, still gonna very much transfer because it is like a liquidy product. It's not gonna dry down to like a matte finish. It's kind of like, feels like a gloss on the lips. It's nice and moisturizing. I personally love moisturizing lip products, so I like that about it, but it very much will transfer, so just keep that in mind if you are wanting to wear it for like a lip color. As far as the application of it on the cheeks, I really do like just this really like glowy and more like skin-like finish, and the fact that it's just really easy to blend out and melts into the skin really well, and you can really make it just look like your skin is nice and healthy and has like a color from within. Very, very pretty. Just looks like you have a nice flush of color. When it comes to the lips, the way I would probably like to use these the most is just with a very little amount of product and just wearing it very sheer. So it just kind of gives like a nice tint to the lips like this. I think that's really pretty. And even if you like kind of take some of the product off, you're still kind of left with a little nice tint, and then at that point most of the product is gone, but you still have a little tint on your lips. Those are my thoughts on these. If you love like no makeup products that just really melt into the skin well and they're quite easy to work with, then I think that you would like these. If you guys do want to check them out, I will have them listed and linked in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. If you do have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to help answer any questions that you may have. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video.